Okay, my 2024 squat project continued today with a pretty sweet squat and quad session and my first ever 1 rep max squat attempt in 24 at the age of 64. So let's go see how that went. Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 Plus Fitness Journey. Okay, today's rebuilding my squat project continues with session 14. This is session 14 since I restarted my squats after a pretty significant layoff of over a year back in October of 2023. Now my goal is to reach do a legit 350 pound squat by the end of 2024 this year. It is one of 3 strength goals I have for 2024: a 450 pound deadlift, where I have a single at 420 as we speak, a 300 pound bench press, which I haven't attempted a single at yet, and of course the 350 pound squat, which I am going to set a 1 rep max single today, just to give me some groundwork, baseline from which to start and give me an idea where I was. Now today I was working out with my workout partner in crime, Howard. He had a fabulous day, and I'm going to bring you his squat workout in a couple of days. And as I said, it was a great one for him. Now, as I'm doing my warm-ups, I'm going to drop a list of my squat sessions since I started this rebuild my squat project in October of 2023. As I said, this is actually session 14. This is a lot of singles, a lot of warm-ups, a lot of 4 or 5 single 1 rep singles, and 1 extra set of squats and some extra leg work. So this definitely counts as session 14. I think it says 13 on that list I showed you a little bit earlier there, but session 14. Now I'll be the first to admit this is not a monumental amount of weight, 350 pounds, but this is a competition between me and me. So I'm enjoying this. I'm having fun with it. And before I forget, today I weighed in at 184.5 pounds, a little lighter than normal actually. Now here's my first 1 rep. This is my actual working weight right now is 275 pounds, so I was fairly confident I'd be able to pull this 1 rep off here at 275. Now one thing I was concerned about today is on this 1 rep max, I want to make sure my depth is squat competition legal, meaning my hip joint at the bottom is at least parallel, if not below, my knee. Now here's my first kind of real attempt. Okay, this was the real first heavy one for me. This is 295. The camera angle left a little to be desired as far as verifying the depth, but I can tell you when I was doing it, I felt pretty good about that depth. See, maybe you still can't see a whole lot clearer, but I felt good about that. So that 295 was definitely a 3 white lighter. If you're familiar with powerlifting, 3 white lights means it was a successful lift. Anything other than 3 white lights means no go. Now here's 305. This is the first attempt. This attempt here was going to be my very minimum that I was going to be happy with today, 305. And I felt pretty good about this as far as how the weight felt and the depth. The only thing I wasn't happy about was how slowly I moved down to the bottom, the eccentric movement. There's a stop motion view of the depth. It's hard to tell with my Johnny Cash all black outfit on there, but that hip joint, I believe, was at least parallel with my knee, so I'm going to give that one 3 white lights. But like I said, I don't know what it was. Maybe the weight didn't feel crushing. It just felt like I didn't have the confidence in my mind to go too parallel at the bottom. I didn't move down quickly enough to the bottom. That's something I need to work on. That's one reason why I wanted to do this today, just to get a feel for it. So that is 315, and that's a questionable. That may be a good lift, a 3 white lighter, or yeah, maybe, but it's not definitive enough for me to say yes. So I'm going to say yes on the 305 and probably on the 315. Matter of fact, I'm going to retract that and call that 315 my new 1 rep max right there. I don't know, at least 305. Hard to say. But here's a 320, just because I was feeling good and wanted to make sure that I got at least a legit attempt in here on 320. But that was definitely a no-go. That depth was short by at least an inch, maybe 2 inches. That was not even close. That was definitely a 3 red lighter. Not good. But I know where I am. I know what I need to work on. And it was a good first baseline setting, 1 rep max single. By the way, I did do one more set of squats. I did a set of 5 reps on my current working weight of 275 pounds. That felt good. The depth was great. Very good squat session. And then we jumped into some hypertrophy work here with some leg presses. We did 2 sets of double leg presses in the 12-ish rep range, and then 1 set of isolations, again in the 12 rep range. All of these were too near failure. And before I forget, keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to have Howard's version of this workout out in a couple of days. He really tore it up. He had a great squat session. He is doing great work and making really good progress. His form today was way better. He's really getting the squat thing down. He's pretty jazzed about it too, so keep an eye out for that. So there you have it. Today's session 14, setting a baseline with a 1 rep max. Pretty happy with that. I think I'm well within striking distance of my 350-pound goal by the end of 2024, and most likely probably going to be around midsummer. Got some things to work on. Got an idea where I am. That's why we do this. And I want to say thank you so very much for hanging out with us today. Much appreciated. All right, there it was. Today's squat session, session 14 of my 2024 squat project. Again, the goal is to get to a legit 350-pound squat by the end of this year, 2024. There was a little more gray area than I'd hoped for there. I will say I'll give me 3 white lights on that 305 squat. If you're familiar with powerlifting, 3 white lights means good. The 315, I'm not going to give myself that on depth. I think I needed to go about an inch lower, maybe. That may have counted. I don't know, but it was not sure enough for me to count it. So I'm going to go with 305. I'm going to say I'm at 305 right now. A potential 315. So I do know where I am more or less, and I learned a couple of things. I need to be a little faster on my eccentric movement. I need to get braced a little better and be a little more confident and a little faster going down to the bottom and then explode back up. Like I said, the weight felt very doable. I just didn't have the confidence in my eccentric movement, but we're going to work on that. That's why we do these things, to work on it. Good session. Again, I'm going to have Howard's session, his portion of that, out in the next couple of days or so. He had a fantastic day today. So it was good. We learned some things, made some progress, got some good work in, and all in all, great day. And I want to thank you very much for being with me and hanging out with us at the gym as always. We know you're there and always appreciate it. And do me the favor, if you would,
hit that like button, share this with your friends, hit the notification bell, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you here. So, with that I will say, till next time, go get 'em. Mark out.